Hello, Henry. Salve, good to be with you. We're on lesson 19. This is your final lesson here in First Form Latin this interesting school year. So let's get right to it. So in lesson 19, there are two things we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about numbers, and we're going to talk about predicate adjectives and nominatives. Not too hard, just take some work on your part. All right, let's look at the numbers here. We have two sets of numbers, right? We have cardinal numbers and ordinal numbers. Cardinal numbers, just think counting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ordinal numbers, think order, rank, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. Okay, so our cardinal numbers are these: unos, duo, tres, quatuor, quinque, sex, septem, octo, novum, decim. Those are your cardinals. Ordinals go like this: primus, secundus, tertius, quartus, quintus, sextus, septimus, octavus, nonus, decimus. Now, when you look at both of these, you will notice the ordinals look a lot like adjectives. First, second, declension adjectives, and they function exactly like that. If you look at cardinal numbers, you see unus declines like an adjective. Duo and tres also decline, but your book has a note saying they follow the pattern of what's called the naughty nine in Latin, and that's in third form Latin, so we're going to save duo and tres for a rainy day. For now, know that unus declines, and then when you get to the ordinal numbers, they all decline and function like adjectives, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So, if we want to talk about, let's see here, let's right over here, nona puella, nona puella. We're saying the ninth girl, the ninth girl. This is one of the examples, examples on your oral drill on page 51. So let's see, ninth girl number 2. Nona puella. Puella, nominative case, that's what the instructions are asking for in your oral drill. Nominative, singular, feminine. When we get to our ordinal number for ninth, okay, it's not no nous, it's not no num, it has to be nona because that's feminine. It's going to match in case, number, and gender. Okay? For this next one, we have septem regna. So here's an ordinal number. Septem is a cardinal number. And the cardinals, for all intents and purposes here and now, do not decline. Unus declines. That's the only one that you're going to worry about declining in the cardinal numbers. Septem regna. Regna, okay, comes from regnum. It's neuter. O. A, orum, is, is. It's nominative, so it must be plural. Septem regna means 7 kingdoms. But notice, Henry, septem doesn't decline. Okay, easy, right? 7 kingdoms. So if it's an ordinal number, you need to decline it and make it match the noun in case, number, and gender. If it's a cardinal number, don't worry about it. Unless it's unus, then you can decline it, all right? Your oral drill has some examples right there you may want to look at. We can do some more. If we go down to, look at number 3, all right? I'm just picking some at random here. You have novum agni. Novum agni. Novum, which one is that? It's 9. We see it right there in the cardinal numbers. You're not going to decline it. Novum means 9. Agni comes from agnus. Us, o, orum, os, is. E, that little I ending, could be a genitive singular, but the instructions say nominative case only, so E, that I right there, and the nominative has to be plural. So number 3 is going to be 9 lambs, all right? And then we'll do one more. Let's see here, 7. Decimus annus. Decimus annus. Decimus is an ordinal number, and annus means years, so that's going to be the 10th year. Notice how they match in case, number, and gender, because if it's an ordinal number, you have to decline it, it has to match the noun, okay? You're going to have a lot of practice here in the workbook. If you have questions, Henry, have your mom FaceTime you on her phone, and with her present, I'll be happy to talk with you through any of the examples that might be giving you some trouble. All right, there you go. Lots of stuff on numbers here. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is predicate adjectives and predicate nominatives, okay? This isn't very challenging. Here is, first example, puella est bona. Here is your subject, puella. It's in the nominative case. Nominative always means the subject when it comes to Latin and even Greek, okay? The predicate tells us about the subject. Puella, girl. What about here? Is pretty or beautiful, okay? Excuse me, no, is good. Sorry, wrong adjective. The girl is good, bona, okay? Now notice how this adjective and this subject, this noun, they have to match in case, number, and gender, okay? And they do. First person, singular, feminine, both of them. Est, remember sum est, sumus esti sunt. That's a to be verb. It is also called, Henry, a linking verb. And you can see this. It shows existence, not action, but it also links things. Look, it is linking this subject and this adjective right here, okay? This adjective is in the predicate position. That means it is coming after a linking verb and it refers to this subject. It's in the predicate position, okay? It's a predicate adjective, that's all that is. An adjective in the predicate position describing the subject, okay? If I said puella bona, and I just said that, puella bona, that's not a predicate adjective, okay? Because the adjective right there is right by the subject. It's in predicate position when you see it after a linking verb in a complete sentence, okay? Now, let's go to predicate nominatives, all right? And here, this is another example of the predicate adjective, but right here, Marcus est agricola. So now here in the predicate position, all right, this section after the subject, the noun that describes the noun, okay, agricola is not an adjective, is it? It's a noun, okay? So whenever you have a noun in the nominative case, it's called a predicate nominative, and it's in the predicate position. So it's a noun in the predicate position, the nominative case, and it is describing the subject right here, okay? Now, notice again, it has to match in case, number, and gender. I did not say declension. Henry, if you look, agricola and Marcus don't seem to match, but agricola is masculine. Remember, it's got natural gender. It doesn't follow the grammatical pattern we might expect of a feminine gender. It is masculine. So agricola and Marcus match in gender, don't they? Are they the same case? Nominative, yes. Number, both singular. So we're good right there. Marcus est agricola. So this is a predicate nominative, a noun in the predicate position that's in the nominative case, and then bona is an adjective in the predicate position in the nominative case. Okay? So they're both in the nominative case. One's an adjective, one's a nominative. Predicate adjective or predicate nominative, depending what it is, okay? And this is an example in the plural. I said a mouthful, Henry. Look, on page 51, this predicate stuff is spoken of in pretty good detail. I think you will understand it fine, but primarily in this lesson, we're dealing with the numbers, the the ordinals, and the cardinals, all right? Since it's towards the end of the video, I'm not going to delete my verbal mistake. Hey, Henry, you're doing great. This is your last lesson, sir. Work on this lesson, work on this workbook stuff. If you have a problem with it, though, don't be afraid to FaceTime me and I'll help you out. No problem. All right? Okay. Vale, Henry, the Lord be with you. Thank you.